October the 7th, Thursday. We're starting our tour from our hotel via Renakil. And this is the new town of Marrakech, and we are heading towards the old town where we will be visiting a lot of places today. We are heading towards the old city of Marrakech. I actually got this Invi SIM card, pretty good coverage and 1 gigabyte for 10 dirhams, so pretty dirt cheap data here. What you see in front of me on the hill is a military place. University?
Yes.
What's the name of the university?
Qadiya.
Koutoubia.
Famous one.
We are on Muhammad the Fifth Avenue, who is the father of the current king, right? The current king is Muhammad the Sixth. So this is a famous avenue in Marrakech, Muhammad the Fifth Avenue.
Like Kashmir. India.
In India, actually, it's Kashmir.
So the program of today, we are going to visit. We know to the famous French designer who said,
What is this?
and we
What
visit
is
all
it?
the Souks.
Souvenir.
So with
This is the program.
this is the Minara Street that takes us to Minara Garden. Minara Street, Minara Garden, right? Minara Street, Minara Mall, Minara Garden. That's the Minara Street and Minara Garden. We are walking towards inside of the Minara Garden. So this Minara Garden was built in 1250. It is 80 hectares and has 10,000 olive trees. And it was built at the same time as the Hassan Tower in Rabat. This is a water reservoir for the irrigation of Minara Garden. That's the city of Marrakech in the background. That's the olive tree. Every year, October, November, December is the olive season. October, the olives are green. November, it turns red. And December, it turns black. And according to the guide, every tree gives around 50 kilo of olive every year. And there are 10,000 plus olive trees in this Minara Garden. So a lot of olive and olive oils comes out of this garden itself. So feeding the fish.
They like bread?
They like
That's a female palm tree because it has got fruit on it with the orange dates you see. And this is a male palm tree. Well, this is something I found out today, that there is a male palm tree and female palm tree. The world is full of interesting fact. Behind there you see High Atlas Mountain. It's foggy, but if you pay real close attention, you can see
750.
High Atlas Mountain. That is the military area of Marrakech. That's a Giblet, that is a small mountain, and on this side is Atlas Mountain. So Marrakech is between Atlas Mountain and Giblet Mountain. So flat city but surrounded by mountains. Olive tree, you can see green olives, and next to it is a red olive, and this here it is turning black. So black, red and green. So same olive changes the color based on the month. That minaret you see is the highest minaret in Morocco, in Marrakech, and highest building in Marrakech. We finished seeing this Minara Garden and now we are going to Koutoubia Mosque. That's our driver and our guide is Farida. Koutoubia Minaret, that is where we are going there, right? Kutum Mosque, because there used to be a bookshop, religious bookshops on both the sides. Kutum Mosque. Yes. Okay, so
Morocco. Salman Khan. Roti Shah. مرحبا 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 مرحبا
दिल दीवाना है.
مرحبا.
Okay. Okay. So we are at Koutoubia Mosque. Okay.
ولا ولا. مرحبا مرحبا.
Oh, no stairs, huh?
But in the past, the museum, the person who calls to the prayer is obliged to use the ramp 5 times a day.
Oh, to
It
go
is
up and
direct
kind
to,
of.
oh.
Oh,
But today, no need to use the ramp.
loudspeakers.
We
Yeah.
have
So this is the largest mosque in Marrakech. You see on the top there are 4 balls, brass balls. And, some have 3, some have 5. Has a different significance. Sometimes these 4 signifies the elements of the earth. The next to it you see that iron pole that is to hang a white cloth for people to see the call of prayer time. And in the night there is a bulb, so they light the bulb so people can see that hey, there is a time to pray. And this minaret doesn't have a stair according to the guide, and people have to walk upstairs 5 times a day in the old times for the call of prayer, but now because the loudspeaker they don't have to walk upstairs. This mosque is forbidden for non-Muslim people, so we cannot go inside, but we are in front of this mosque. It's basically Koutoubia Mosque. They're like a kitab. Kutub is a book. Yeah.
Africa, the number 1 in Africa, and the 4th in the whole world.
The Bahia Palace. So we finished seeing the Koutoubia Mosque and we're going to the Bahia Palace. Okay. Jewish quarter. Around 300 Jewish lives here. There is a synagogue also. So that's gate for the Jewish market, Jewish food.
In the past, we had only Jewish merchants.
So this is a square in the Jewish quarter, and we are walking to see Bahia Palace. Don't know where it is. Somewhere here. The guide walking with my wife Kashmira. Cactus flower. Even though this is a Jewish quarter, not very many Jews live here now. Many Moroccans live here, and according to the guide, the square was recently built and upgraded to expand this area. That's the Bahia Palace, Palais Bahia in French. Walking inside Bahia Palace. So entrance to the Bahia Palace inside. Nobody lives here. This is just a cultural place now. Mosaic pattern all over Morocco. Seems to be standard pattern.
So from outside, you cannot guess the beauty of inside.
Yes.
But once you are inside, it stays a good surprise for the visitor. This is
Al Bahia Palace, yeah.
which is not very old as a palace now. Vous voulez prendre la photo, madame? On va bouger. Je vous en prie, madame. Pas de problème. As I said, it's not very old. In Arabic
This
was
Bahia Palace was in 1862.
myself, And up till now,
Bahia Palace.
up till now, in this palace, we didn't see images. Images, because in Islam is forbidden.
Al-Bakia,
Al-Afiyah.
Al-Afiyah, that is a good health and long life. So in Islam, the figure of a human and animals are not allowed. So you always see the geometric face, shapes and calligraphy and Quranic verses and Arabic words, but not any creatures. About Moroccan buildings are from outside. You can never figure out how beautiful the decoration is inside. So never judge a book by the cover. That saying is very true for Moroccan buildings, because when you come in, you can see some amazing artwork. You see horseshoe arches, and here you see polylock arches, that is Andalusian style, Moorish style arches.
Concubines.
Here in concubines.
Concubines,
like-
exactly. In order to have the place for all of them, we have 2 to 3 concubines sharing one room.
Ah.
And the bathroom over there. Come to see the bathroom.
Oh, bathroom for the concubines.
For the concubines, exactly.
દાસી એનો દાસી એનો રૂમ છે ને દાસીઓ જોડે રાજાના છોકરાઓ થાય ને
Change room, yes. So they sleep here. No. This is they take off their clothes before going to the hammam inside. The hammam. This is
hammam for concubines. For
scrubbing the skin.
yeah.
Yeah, they take hot water from here, and after they start scrubbing the skin,
So all the kings were allowed to have. There was place for the 4 wives, and now this is a huge place is for concubines. Garden inside the palace.
stayed over there on his chair and admiring his women are sitting on this is for harem. And both sides of the garden are reserved. For example, there we have the mosque, and the other side we have the Quranic school.
Oh, that's a mosque.
The mosque over there. We will visit the mosque.
Okay, and that's a Quranic school. Private apartment of the Prime Minister at Bahia Palace in Marrakech.
And in this apartment,
La Casa Berber house. Leaving the Jewish quarter and Bahia Palace, going to Mozzarella Garden.
because
Mozzarella Garden is a new town called Kilis. This is Marrakech. They are going from old town towards a new town. Mozzarella Garden? Mozzarella Garden. Just reached Mozzarella Garden. Entrance is on this side. Jardin Majorelle, I guess in Spanish, in Morocco, Marrakech. Cactus tree, bamboo tree. Special about this garden,
it is a botanical garden.
botanical garden.
Botanic garden. It is very rich of different plants. We saw bamboo, cactus, palm tree,
Mm-hmm.
olive tree also.
Okay.
And the surface is 1.5 hectares. And
Okay.
as I said, it was created by Jacques Majorelle.
Jack Mazohel.
Jacques Majorelle, a French painter. He came to Marrakech in 1917 for his career as artist painter.
Okay.
He bought the piece of land
Mm-hmm.
on which he created his garden in 1924.
Mm-hmm.
He opened his garden to the public in 1947.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, after his death, we can say that the garden was abandoned or neglected. Just with the coming of Yves Saint Laurent and his friend Pierre Berger, so who bought this garden in 1980.
And then it opened
So,
up.
and they replanted.
French painter Mazorel created these gardens. That's why it's called Mazorel Garden. Memorial of Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Berger. He was from Algeria actually. This was a workshop for Czech Mazorel, but now it is a museum for the Berber art. Mazorel Garden. Nice botanical garden in Marrakech. Cafe inside.
Something like a
Just finished seeing Mozzarella Garden, Majorelli, and going to the restaurant. Which restaurant we are going? Name of the restaurant? Sharajah restaurant. The bus station is on the left side.
We have, today we have 2,200 kilometers of highway in Morocco.
2200 kilometers highway in Morocco total.
And every year, that's when the sun will all the way green. They can continue their more in the sun.
What is it?
The walls of Morocco.
Okay. So we're going inside later on after the lunch.
After the lunch, yeah.
So that's a Medina, right?
Yes.
So the Medina is
Lunchtime, walking towards the restaurant. So we'll be having a lunch inside the Medina, the historic place of Morocco. Okay, the door is open and we're entering the restaurant.
just the black dot on
Okay,
one
so
side.
this is a nice restaurant inside the Medina. They all have this fountain, beautiful carving inside. So every building in Morocco, from outside, you don't know what you got inside. Amazing carving. એ બધું ના મળે અહીંયા આગળ તમારે ખુશખુશ tagine, vegetables. Nobody else in the restaurant. That's the reality of the tourism industry right now. And rice at Marrakech restaurant inside the Medina. So going to the Souks of Marrakech,
The area where they make bread.
the city garden in Marrakech.
Even inside the city, you have many gardens.
Like about here, everybody in the evening time go with family in the garden.
Yeah.
So what tempting to cook?
Because the meal of the dinner
Streets
is
of
not heavy,
Marrakech.
is light. We do not, the heavy lunch, the heavy meal is for lunch. Meat, salad, and so on. Well, for dinner,
So we are inside the Medina of Marrakech and we are going towards the souk.
So we can take picture.
yeah, we do.
Walking inside the Medina of Marrakech. So we just passed one riyadh. Riyadh means big house with garden and fountain and open courtyard. And they have more than 500 riyadh in this city of Marrakech. And a lot of foreign investors are converting those riyadh into coffee houses and guest houses and their personal uses. That's where they polish the leather. Inside the Marrakech Medina. Ironworks, the Iron Man chaw. All the ironworks. Souk El Dadain. We passed the iron manufacturing place, and now this is the leather. The leather. All the leather works.
And once dry, they bring it every day to
Here.
the south to the party. Leather market.
Came out of this side of Medina. There is a mosque here, and then we are going to the other side. Cactus flower again for decoration. Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام مرحبا.
Shukran.
Marhaba means welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. Marhaba. All the spices store.
That's all for decoration.
Yes,
It's a
we
popoli flower.
Cactus.
Cactus. Dyed with pigment.
Pigment.
Oh,
Yes. Dyed with a pigment.
okay. We are at Herborist of Paragin,
Yes.
and Hisham is going to be our guide to help us understand the spices.
No problem.
We are in Marrakesh.
No problem.
Beautiful American.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
okay,
problem.
go
sir.
ahead, yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
This is, for example, in Moroccan, the spices for cooking.
Okay.
We have here the cream, and we have here the Moroccan oil, argan oil, cosmetic, and for cooking also.
Okay.
And we have here a essential oil, and we have here the perfume for the skin,
Okay.
like amber and the musk.
Okay.
And we have here the cream for allergy for the skin,
Okay.
like eczema, psoriasis, acne.
Okay.
And here, for example, this is the natural the pigment. This is used for the dye and also for the painting.
Oh,
It's
okay.
natural pigment. And this stone here is the frank incense. This is you burn it in the fire and
Oh.
God smell in the house.
Oh, nice.
It's like myrrh. Myrrh. For example, this is Moroccan in the spices. This one mixture, the 35 spices is a mixture.
Oh.
You use it for couscous, tagine, shish, and the kebab. It's midnight. It's like a Moroccan garam masala.
Okay. Moroccan garam masala.
And this one also is good for the lady, for bad cook. It's good this one, please.
Yeah. So,
By cooking, they put that and flavor comes.
Exactly.
yeah, I think that's the one they put it in the
Like
salad.
a
Yeah.
cumin, and we do in India.
This view.
This is the mosque.
Oh, okay.
It's Ben Yusuf.
Beni Yusuf
Ben
Mosque.
Yusuf. And this one is the Quranic school, I assure you.
Oh, on the back side. We are on the terrace of one of the shop, and around us is Medina. Oh, okay, the big school.
Look at the front, madrasa.
Vegetable market inside the Medina. Walking through the vegetable market. Medina. One of the souvenir shop in Marrakech, Medina. Alright, going towards the square. That's a famous square. That's a square, right? That all the people talk about. Most of the pictures and the videos you see about Marrakech, you will see this square. So I'm in the square at Marrakech. The square is behind me. There's a cafe, we can go up. Don't have much time, but we'll see. We can go up and kind of get a panoramic view of the square. That's a minaret. Desh al Tazeen and Kush. So this is mainly for the food.
Just one part of this for the food. But
This-
there is for animation, for women making pictures of peanuts.
So they're not here right now?
Snakes. I will show you the snakes. You want?
Oh, okay, yeah. Normally there are a lot of snake charmers here and monkey people here, but I guess not many tourists, so they are also not here. This is unusual according to our guide, and even based on the videos I have seen on YouTube. There are a bunch of snake charmers here, but right now nobody. Anyway, so that's a snake charmer. Yeah, you can take my video.
I can take my video.
Alright. Oh. Alright. Okay. Okay. That's enough.
Not today.
What?
They were in the shade because it's hot.
No, we have seen. Okay, here's another snake charmer.
Fake.
So leaving the square, Marrakech square. So now we are going for our COVID testing that we had to do it 48 hours prior. So that's a laboratory. Me and Kashmira, we are going. Okay. So that's where we are going for the testing. So that's the laboratory. We took the test, and this is a old town. This is old town,
Yes.
and we are going to new town. What is it called?
It is.
Gilis.
Gillis, the new town
This is
Gillis.
Medina.
Oh, this is Medina. Okay.
Gillis, because Gillis was built by the French
Uh-huh.
in order to house the French.
Iglesia, right? Yeah. So it's supposed to be Iglis for church, but now it is Iglesia. What?
Do you see the walls in front of you on the left side?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
That's
This
it.
is the separation of new town and old town.
Oh, that's a wall. Okay. So we are inside the wall right now. We are inside the Medina. So now we are getting out of. That's a wall,
But after we
and that's a new city. So that's Gilis, sign for the Gilis. So we are heading towards Gilis. We were at the Minar one. Yeah.
you see the church, and the right side we have the church.
Oh, that's the
Near
Iglesia.
the mosque.
Oh.
Church.
Oh, that's a church. Okay.
Near the mosque.
Okay. So once again, you can see all the buildings are red. Actually, it is a law.
Congress Palace.
Oh, Congress building. Oh, okay. It's like a parliament.
No, Congress Palace for Congress.
For conferences. And
Oh, conference center. Okay,
meetings,
okay.
meetings.
Conference center. Okay.
And this is the street.
Oh, Mohammed VI Street. Okay. 12 kilometers long. The best and the biggest, longest street in Marrakech. And that's a military thing.
Exactly.
Yes, I remember it. Yes. See, I can be a guide of Marrakech now.
That's where I can go.
Okay, wow, very big.
Inside we have
Right.
800 seats inside.
How much?
800 people can sit.
I can sit.
Okay. And that's a train station
Nicest
Train station.
of Marrakech,
train
yeah.
station.
Gain de Marrakech. What is it? Gare or Gare? Gare de Marrakech?
Ticket.
Gar.
Car de Marrakech. That is a train.
Most of the streets in Morocco takes 8
Jacaranda.
What is Zacar? Oh, the trees. Yeah, Zacaranda from Brazil. Brazil, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The tree is so big.
So once again, there's a Koutoubia minaret. Okay, Muhammad Zaraktani Street, who died young age at 28 against the French. He was involved in the French resistance. So all the street in Marrakech and for that matter all over the Morocco, either named after the royal family or after people who were involved in the resistance against different invaders. There's a medical college.
They should go to Rabat, Casablanca, or France.
It's all medical area. A lot of doctors' offices and other stuff, right?